Well, brethren, I trust you've enjoyed and benefited from our short series on how we love God. We bring that series to a close this morning as we turn to 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse number 9. There the Apostle Paul writes the following: "It is written, what no eye has seen, nor ear heard, nor the heart of man imagined, what God has prepared for those who love him." Eye hasn't seen, ear hasn't heard, the heart of man hasn't even begun to imagine what God has prepared for those who love him. You and I, as Christians, love God. And I trust that as we go on in the Christian life, our love for God is deepening and strengthening. And one of the things that develops that love within us is thinking upon the amazing blessings that God has for us. The Apostle Paul is not speaking merely of things in the life to come here. Yes, ultimately, that is the great blessing that he's thinking of. But he's not thinking of it exclusively. He's thinking also of the blessings that we enjoy in this life. He's saying we couldn't have imagined the blessings that God had in store for us. And how true that is for all of us. We couldn't have imagined how God would lead us to our partner in life, the love that he would create in them for us and in us for them. We couldn't have imagined the love that God has granted us in so many ways in our experience in this life, the jobs that he's given us, the homes in which to live, the family with which we've been surrounded, the blessings materially that go far beyond number. All of these things are so amazing, we could hardly have imagined it. I could never have thought, growing up, that one day God would call me into the ministry. And yet he did that most wonderfully, and what a wonderful, wonderful blessing it has been. But Paul looks not only at the things of this world, he does ultimately think of the things that lie beyond this world. For those who love God, how can we even begin to describe what he has in store for us? He gives us little glimpses of what heaven's going to be like, of what the new heavens and new earth is going to be like. He doesn't describe it in any detail at all. The Bible is basically a book that he's given us to get us to heaven. But he gives us glimpses. A place where there's going to be no more suffering, no more tears, no more pain, no more sorrow. A place where there's going to be no more sin, wickedness, evil. A place where the people around us are going to be all perfect and we ourselves are going to be perfect. A place where Christ himself will be among his people. Perhaps the reason that God doesn't go into any detail is because it's only something that really experience can take on board. Charles Haddon Spurgeon once said about the love of God that it cannot be telt, it has to be felt. And I suppose that's true of the things that God has in store for us who love him. He hasn't told us because one day he'll show us. Brethren, as this week comes to a close, and as tomorrow we meet again for worship, keep these wonderful words in your mind. Eye has not seen, ear has not heard, neither has it entered into the heart of man what God has prepared for those who love him. And we do love him because he has been so, so good to each one of us. May God bless you.